With any. We're out. I don't know. Yes, we. All right, folks. It is 8 o'clock p.m. Y'all know what time it is. It is Earl Grey Tuesday. Once again, it's me. It's that VINCE. Hope you guys are doing good today here. JC, hey Vince, you see all the YouTube people begging for money when told it's not a job. JC, let me show you something here. Give me just a minute. I'll explain the issue itself. I wasn't going to show you guys this here. This is just a one of those types of internal issues here, but I'll show you what everyone's pissed off at. YouTube has cut revenue that's coming in for any type of views, so like I said, I wasn't even gonna bring this up here, so well, give me just a minute. But YouTube used to bring in good revenue, but it doesn't now. It really doesn't. Hang tight. We're going to cut this, and we're going to turn on the right monitor. All right, folks. I'm going to enlarge this screen. So, you see that part where it says $26.94? That's the amount of revenue that YouTube is paying me this month. I'm making $2.44 for every 1,000 views, whereas I used to make $7. And they actually also, YouTube gets paid $6 a view, and they only give us 20% now. So, that's where the line is, folks. Now, if I was doing donations through, anytime you also pay donations through YouTube, now they're keeping about 80%, so that's the issue there. They're keeping more money and paying less per view. What's up, Lamar? Hope you're doing all right. I was just coordinating with the person who purchased my website. I'm going to proceed to do the domain transfer. But yeah, I wasn't gonna, that's just internal stuff. There's not stuff y'all need to worry about so much, but that's what people are getting mad at. They've cut the revenue. And boy, did they really cut it. So a lot of people are planning to leave YouTube. And I mean, this time they really are. And of course, as always, I got my Earl Grey tea. And I got an Oliva cigar tonight. This is a Oliva Seconds, actually. And what an Oliva Seconds is, this is an Oliva. It just was rejected due to cosmetic reasons, but it smokes perfectly well. They had a bunch of seconds coming, so like I said, I've already smoked a few of these. These are awesome cigars. Also as well, allergies are gone, but I went and bought another one of these. So I have that running in the background. And I have another thing I haven't mentioned. I'm actually buying a home, or buying another house, and I'll probably just rent this one out. There's some new places. Even though interest rates are high, home prices are super low around here, so I've been checking out a couple things. But this one is a site that I just completed, actually, that I'm gonna put up for sale. It's really just a domain name that's for sale. But I always like building a website along with the domain, so gotta pay the bills, because like I said, YouTube doesn't pay anything. So I pretty much went back to being a web designer just like I used to. Now I got that site. I'm also selling pre-made sites with no domains and stuff, and I'm selling those for like $10, $13. So Once I put those on eBay, I'm gonna put those websites are on eBay. Uh, so I just have a couple of different levels of websites that I will be building. Just keeping it real and telling it to you like it is, folks. As far as the subdomains going. But enough about business. We're here to rest and relax. That's just for now. Until I got some other work to do tonight as well. And of course, folks, we are hooked up onto the new router. Now, what I just showed you, folks, the $26.94 still gets taxed, people. So it's even less. And I'm spending $90 a month on that router. So, so you see what problem there is. Donations do help there and everything like that. But don't think I've gotten much. But, like I said, I do this for fun. But some people actually do depend on YouTube for revenue, Like Vegan Gains, they depend on... this is Vegan Gains. His only source of income is YouTube because he's been banned off every other platform. He's been banned from Twitch. He's banned off Twitter and stuff, And now that YouTube is cutting that revenue and stuff, it's just a mess here, even for me, it irritates me, I'm like, it's like it's already skinned and then I get skinned again. JC, there's about 1,000 different songs that YouTube allows for that's copyright free. There's only one song that I've purchased a license on. Well of Mimir's gone, Chad. It's been sold. Website's being transferred over to the new owner today, actually. So it's gone, so you can forget about that site. I still have to train them on how to operate it, so, yeah. My ex-husband's site is now gone, so. And in its place, Eagle One Wireless. Just finished building that one out today. That's the new store, so we'll be selling telephone and home appliances and stuff. So, may as well put that in here too. So... So y'all can check that out as well. Like I said, we're finished. We're doing it big time, folks. We're doing it big time. Yeah, Truth One. A lot of people also depends on donations. That's why that's another reason why I have my Streamlabs donation through PayPal. Because if you donate through YouTube, they're going to take 80% of it now. They used to take 50%, but now they take 80%, It's sick, it's pissening, it's revolting, and, But, yeah, guess what? They've gone after Budweiser. They've gone after Target. Now they're going after Chick-fil-A, people. They're literally going after Chick-fil-A of all things, Why in the world would someone go after Chick-fil-A? Chick-fil-A is a good company, It's a really good company. They don't deserve any of that. Yeah, they cut a lot. People are under the like I said, people are under the impression, well, donations don't matter. YouTube pays us a bunch of money, so no. Trust me, they don't. They don't do jack squat. No, they're taking more money out now, Grudge Track. They're not really taking more money. They're just decreasing the amount of money per 1,000 views, actually. Whereas I was getting $7, now I'm getting like $2, Yeah, Chick-fil-A is the Lord's chicken, but now they're calling it a woke company and they're calling the boycott Chick-fil-A. So now we're boycotting Bud Light. We're boycotting technically Coors. We're going to be boycotting Target. Now we're going to be boycotting Chick-fil-A. I was thinking they would boycott Popeyes first before that, so, yeah. But what are you folks up to tonight there? Oh, yeah, Chick-fil-A's got some good Polynesian sauce. But let's get the cigar lit. I'm glad allergy levels are down now. Nothing like a good Oliva. Chad, generally speaking, I think if you're hungover, it's good to have a Bloody Mary, but no, it's not good to drink in the morning time. Now, people used to drink in the morning time in the West in order to, wash the grunge out of their mouths. They used to use whiskey in place of mouthwash, actually, which makes perfect sense because the whiskey back then had a high alcohol content, so it was perfect, for rinsing your mouth out with. Papadilla from Papa John's, are those things any good? Yeah, blurry. Yeah, I notice it's blurry. I don't know why it's doing that. Probably some dust or something. Oh yeah, I'm really disappointed in Richard. He's gonna get himself killed. He's gonna end up like Boston Lloyd. He has no idea about peptides. I'm one of the first people that started selling peptides, 20 some years ago, And his information's off. He's now using illegal drugs, no matter what he says. Yeah, I know Mighty Mike Quinn. Me and him he hated my guts completely. That's why I've not made a tribute video. Me and Mike Quinn fell out a couple of years ago. So, I mean, I'll offer my condolences to his family, but you won't hear anything else much from me, Because, like I said, me and him didn't get along. Like I said, if you spend enough time in the industry, and here's the thing, folks. Whenever I was growing up and watching the World Bodybuilding Federation on TV, y'all remember that Bodybuilding Federation with Vince McMahon? You grew up and loved these guys. Mike Quinn, Sean Ray, you saw Kevin Levrone and all the other people, Dave Palumbo and everything. But, once I started working in the fitness industry and started working with people, if you find out that people that you see in the magazines aren't who they really are, And some other people have worse experiences with others. Like Sean Ray, for example. I've never really had a problem with Sean Ray. I've always said he's always said hey to me at shows. But a lot of people have had really bad experiences with Sean Ray. There's also Derrick Henry. Me and him was on the bus in Vegas with Darren Charles. I said, "What's up?" to him, and he just growled at me. He apologized later for it, saying, I was like, "No, you don't need to apologize. I know you're dieted down, you're good, and everything." Of course, Darren, him and his son, his son was pretty yoked just as much as he was there, and he was like 13. Obviously, good genetics there, that's for sure. But yeah, me and Mike Quinn, we had a falling out many years ago, back in I think about 5 or 6 years ago. If you really want to know, Mike Quinn was a serious racist. Same as Gary Stridham from Africa. We had a falling out too for pretty much the similar reasons. Plus, they were just doing a bunch of. Well, I don't want to speak bad of the dead, so I'll just leave it at that. You know, as far as Gary's concerned, if you've been keeping watch of Gary, you would. Gary may be popular, but once you get to really know people, you realize some people are just straight trash in this industry. That's for sure. Yeah, Dave's a good guy. I mean, and stuff. He's always been cool. I mean, people. I think it's his size that scared a lot of people, but he's very knowledgeable. But see, that's a difference, folks, between talking to bodybuilders and then working in the fitness industry. Because when you work in the fitness industry, folks, it's a lot different. You know, it really is. You know, you get that type of what is going on with this camera. I'm like, geez. I'll have to check out and see what's going on with that. At least the stream is running well. You know, it's better than all the cutting in and outs. If you ever, the only thing you need to do if you really want to know everyone is just work a booth at any regional event or so forth. Get to talking to people, and if you're doing business with them and everything, you can figure it out yourself. And sometimes you just have different experiences with different bodybuilders and stuff. Like I said, Sean, he's always been cool with me, but you know, everyone else tells me he's a complete asshole. You know. Maybe I've just not. Maybe I just spoke to him on really good days or something. I don't know. My favorite bartender, remember the one you told him? The other day I found out she got fired. Well, if she gave you her number, Chad, go ahead and text her. The fact that you were terminated, the fact that she was terminated from the job doesn't really change anything. And when it comes to bartending, she can just walk across the street. I mean, there's always bartending jobs available and open, believe me. The reason being, it's a steady business because everybody drinks. Richard will not come out on top with peptides. Speaking of vegans, Joey Carbstrong accepted my challenge to debate him, so we're gonna have another live stream. I'm not sure when, and it's gonna be me against Joey Carbstrong. He didn't really want to debate me at first or so forth until he actually saw some of my debates. I think he had a misimpression as far as to my debates are concerned. Maybe it's just hyperbole or so forth. You know, he's also not aware that Vegan Gains is not the only vegan I've debated. So, yeah. But yeah, it's not really a matter of just coming out on top. Getting back to what you were saying, Lamar, yeah, houses do fall out sometimes. I'm just looking at, there's nothing wrong with looking at what's out there. I just need to make sure I don't get one of those those adjustable mortgages, because then I'd really get screwed. I've not spoken to Don Long in almost more than 15 years. And he doesn't want to speak with me. So, like I said, he still blames me for what happened on Get Big back in 2003. And I told him before that I had nothing to do with that situation. You know, so I don't think he's cooled down from there. So, Chad, saying I love you is for cookie cutters. So stop saying that. We're going to have to get you some Bud Light cans with your face on it. My head. You've only seen this head. You ain't seen this head, so. But what else has been going on besides politics? There was something else I want to talk about there. You see all those dang shootings there down in Florida and everything? Oh yeah, did you know some Marines got beat up by a bunch of people there? On the beach. I'm telling you, these folks are going wild these days. We gotta start locking up these urban folks there. That's for sure. Chad, like I said before, saying things like "I love you" is for cookie cutters. Men don't usually tell other men that they love each other. I mean, not even gay men say stuff like that. Gay men say things like "I really adore you." In Japan, it's saying "I love you" is not kosher actually in Japan. So I'm not apologizing to Cuban. Nope, not at all. Folks, don't forget to smash that like button as well. But like I said, I got my cigar, got my tea. Feel free to ask me questions as always. I'm not sure what the futures of the stream's going to be. It's going to depend on my work hours. But I'll try to still keep things scheduled and fine. I'll make sure that I'll always do 2 live streams a week. Well, Chad, because you're trying to wake up, and when you're having a drink is more or less something that relaxes you. So generally, you would be in a position where you'd probably fall back to sleep. If you're going to do anything, you need something that's going to be stimulating rather than something that's relaxing. The only exception is Sunday. For brunch, you can have a mimosa or so forth, but a mimosa is just made out of, it's half orange juice and half champagne. So that's not going to really do anything to you. I know people that do. That's for sure. Well, Quick Pump, we're going to need to do something. All these stores been prosecuting anymore, They're not prosecuting for these low crimes, so people are just walking in and literally stealing things. Oh, Frank finally got kicked out of his building, so he has to move. He'll be moving next month, actually, Weapon X. Do I like crisp? Yeah, I like crisp if you're talking about the British crisp. Yeah, they're pretty good. I've not had those in a while. Yeah, Ed Fro. So, yeah, it's been doing that a little lately. I'm probably going to get a new microphone. Also, my studio light also went out as well, so that's not working. Because he's been talking about it for the past year, and the landlord's been trying to get rid of him for a year, Weapon X. His lawsuits are not going anywhere. Yeah, I know, Joel. I saw anytime there's the bandwidth or so forth on the audio, it's gonna cut out. It's gonna alert. It's gonna show on my screen or so forth. Hmm. But I saw where it froze up. But yeah, Frank has been fighting that landlord for quite some time. Weapon X, I would put him in the same category as Vegan Gains. Anytime someone shoves a dildo up their ass and they enjoy it, uh, I think that may be a little bit queer, you know. So you can read into that. You know, I don't do stuff like that, you know. Hmm. For me, it's better to give than to receive. Oh, man. Oh, boy. I shouldn't have said that. Hmm. I'll be right back, folks. Gotta grab something. Forgot one thing. There we go. Hey, Pugman, what's up? Hmm. Weapon X, I would never go out on a date with Frank and Vegan Gains. You know, those two are very dangerous, you know. Very dangerous. So neither one. There's no rather or anything like that. I'd rather go out with Donald Trump than either one of those two. At least I'll get a good steak dinner. Pugman, the audio may cut out occasionally. I think there's a loose connection in my microphone or so. Chris Candido. It's a shame what happened to him. I wish he didn't decide to travel and everything with that leg and all. You can't send any nicotine products over. It would get seized by the Canadian authorities. Uh, hmm. I know you love that marijuana there, Joel. So he gets staph infection because he has all those animals running around. You know, and when you bring animals outside and you don't clean them off and then they jump on you and scratch you, then yeah, you're going to get a staph infection. So that doesn't surprise me at all. That's what happens when you have a bunch of animals in a compact place such as that. He needs to be, if he's going to have that many animals, he needs to be out in type of farm environment with at least an acre of land with the amount of animals that he has. I mean, he literally has rabbits in his bathroom, you know. That's definitely not hygienic at all. Yeah, it's gotten back dirty. Mm. I had to straighten up my house a little bit too. But whenever I say straighten up, my straightening up to everyone else, it looks super clean. But for me, when I live in a house for quite some time, I notice these little things in and out, you know, and it picks at me until I have to clean it. So, Joel, you shouldn't be doing codeine and promethazine. I don't know if you're BSing with me or not, but that's not a good combination. Not at all. But other than that, you know, been a very interesting week. That's not the way to deal with pain there, Joel. Sometimes you got to tough it out, but you can't take all that. You can't take all that stuff. It's not good for you. Just have the joint, Joel, not the sleeping pill. Leave the sleeping pill alone. Just go to sleep naturally. Otherwise, you'll become dependent upon sleeping pills to where you can't get no sleep without it. Well, there's nowhere else to put it there, Eric. I think they got like a one-bedroom apartment. And then they have the squat rack where a dining room set or a couple of chairs would be. It's a bad situation because where does Jasmine sit anyway? Where does she sit? There's only one place to sit, and that's on the bed or in another computer desk. It's not the way to live. Not a way to live at all, really. Well, it's a free country, Dees. He's free to do what he wants to do. You know, as of course on Earl Grey Tuesday or any other of my live streams, it's important for me to offer that good advice. Did I ever get a steak dinner from Steve Bleckman? No. In fact, he still owes me money, so. That's another thing. A lot of people in the fitness industry owe me money for stuff. Black Man owes me money. Iron Man owes me money. A lot of people owe me money. Speaking, you know why you don't see Silvio Samuel competing anymore? Because he owes a lot of people money. When you ask why some bodybuilders disappear, usually it's about money. They don't retire; they just run out of money to compete. You know, either that or they know that they're not going to take that top prize. That's why you've not seen Kai Green compete. You can't hear me? I'm not seeing any audio reports or anything. I'd have to do a specific playback, but let's see here. It's going to cause an echo. Oh, you found the issue? Okay. Pugman, I think he had something switched off. But I'm going to need to get a new microphone because this one, for some reason or other, it's quitting on me. Either that or I need to show up some of the lines that I got a loose connection or so.
I'm joking, I didn't take that bit. I do have a sleeping pill and joint, nothing wrong with that.
Joel with a $3 donation. What I was trying to say there, with the sleeping pill, if you get too dependent upon it, you know, you're going to be in a position where you can't sleep without it, you know. A joint by itself should be enough to put you sleep there. Yeah, we're gonna get another camera, Pugman, because this one is either that or I need to fix the autofocus in it or something. I have no clue. It's been going clear and blurry, and when I looked up the manual, no, it's not your reception, Pugman. It really is my camera. When I bought the camera itself, there's some sort of glitch in it to where it'll actually do that for the autofocus. I just got to find a way to turn that off. Either that or just get an entirely new camera. But sometimes if I put my finger like this through the lens, it'll clear back up. But I don't want to be in a position where I'm doing that all the time. What relaxes me more to flow more when talking to a woman? Well, you shouldn't smoke a joint if you're talking to women. You should have an alcoholic beverage instead. Either that or water. You just don't want to be in a position to where you look soury towards a woman. Because sometimes if you have too much alcohol, it can knock out any attraction there. What's up, Bean Smasher? I hope you've been doing well. I wouldn't even take any codeine. Unless you have some sort of medical issue that requires it. Codeine's a prescription product. And when you're doing that, a joint and stuff like that, you know, what could possibly happen is you take enough to where your heart actually stops, you know, and then if you're asleep and your heart stops, you know, you got no one to start it back up. Be a peaceful way to go, but, you know, it's not the point, you know. A lot of drug overdoses have happened that way. You got China, you know, you got, there's so many people have died that way. Yeah, I know you were joking you just had the sleeping pill and joint, but honestly, Joel, you need to just have the joint. Well, it's good for me to be out and about, that's for sure. But earlier on, I did show numbers and everything. As far as a status, oh, let me turn this off before it starts making noises. €123. Wow, that's a good chunk there. So a little bit of whiskey would be good. Yeah, I think so. You want to keep it classy, Chad. When it comes to women, sometimes it's just better not to walk up to them at all with alcohol, because remember, whatever you drink is gonna be on your breath. And you don't want a woman. You don't want to give the impression to a woman that you're a drunkard. So if you can help it, don't have anything at all. Have a breath mint or something before talking to a woman. Just keeping it real and telling it to you like it is. How am I doing today? I'm very tired. I've rebuilt one website. I got to train another person on running it. Finished up a mortgage site. It's been pretty busy. I had to catch up from Monday because Monday was Memorial Day, so I didn't do any work, obviously. This is cranberry juice, folks. No alcohol. It's cranberry with a little bit of extra spice there. If you put cinnamon in a cranberry juice, it actually tastes pretty good. Veganism exposed. What's going on with you, man?
Is YouTube declining? People watch TikTok.
Vince with a $100 donation. Yes, YouTube is definitely declining. And it's simply because they're taking a bunch of revenue. The reason why TikTok is doing so well is simply because, you can make a little short video. And TikTok actually pays more than YouTube, actually. You got YouTube Shorts, but they only pay 2 cents every 1,000 views. So it's ridiculous. But again, as always, thanks again for the donation there. Always taking good care of me there. And that's a good thing. Like I said, I've said this before. Pugman, if he never donates ever again, that's perfectly fine. He's done a whole lot for me, the channel, and everything like that. We got this new router that's actually running thanks to Pugman, and stuff. So now I can do video reviews and stuff. So yeah. So again, folks, thank Pugman. So. Oh yeah, and by the way, the stuff at the grocery store online is worked out, so everyone's free to shop there. It's just that they needed to hire some new people in order to fulfill groceries. That's why I said to watch out there for a little bit. I thank everyone for donating there, Joel. So don't get jealous. Don't get mad or anything. Like I said, it's Earl Grey Tuesday. We're going to have a good night. We're going to hang out, you know. Get some questions answered. Make fun of vegan games. Oh, speaking of which, folks, in case y'all tuned in, did I tell you that me and Joey Carpstrong are going to debate? So we're going to have that arranged pretty soon. And that's going to be good, folks. That's going to be some good mints.
Did you get sunflower seeds yet?
Vince with a $200 donation. Let's take a look and see here. Give me just a minute. Checking that right now. Sunflower seeds are pretty hard to come by here these days. I had asked someone, I had asked the distributor about the sunflower seeds. Let's see what we got here. I know you wanted some bulk, raw bulk ones here. Let's see, that one's out. That one is still out. And they brought in another brand, but that's, I think that one's sold out too. No, they haven't brought that back in, but I have all three of those on notice, Pugman. So as soon as they'll come in, I'll let you know. I knew that they weren't in, but I want the check for you because I have them on alert, Pugman. As soon as those sunflower seeds come in, I get my distributor's going to send me a notification telling me that the sunflower seeds are in. The reason why I arranged it that way is because once they come in, because everyone's asking for it, it's going to go out fast. I've also had them set some aside for me. So what may happen is if they come in, I don't receive anything, I'm going to just go ahead and place an order. And, you know, I'll just let you know. Just that way, if I need to place an order for it, I'll get you covered just to make sure that, you know, you get a set. So I got you covered on that. So, again, thanks for the donation there. But I have those on watch, so you know, once I get that, I'll actually, you know, honestly, I'll send you a free bag of that. You know, that's no problem whenever they come in. So I got your PayPal information. So yeah, once they come in, I'll send you a free bag. I'll send you a free bag of that. So there's a sunflower shortage, Pugman. There's just not, there's some sort of production issue to where some of these places that grow the sunflower seeds is just limited. It's always something each year. Last year it was blackberries, and this year I guess it's sunflower seeds. Oh, Pugman, you've taken good care of me, so I got no problems getting some sunflower seeds out to you. And I'll get you the big bag. I'll get you the $100 bag of it there. So. Mm. But yeah, Caliber. The good thing is that they went and hired some people now, so orders are going back out. Orders are going back out like normal. Fortunately, there are a couple things that are still out of stock there, like the sunflower seeds. But there's a couple other things people have been asking me about. And I got to figure out the. I need to remove all the frozen and fresh stuff because the shipping is just getting too expensive for that. Sriracha shortage. I got plenty of sriracha. I think I've had some orders for that today. Sriracha sauce, it takes about 2 years to actually produce, so it's kind of, that's why I said it's kind of odd, because they produce so much in batches. It takes a while for to make sriracha sauce. Yeah, I got plenty of sriracha sauce, so I don't have a shortage here. So I got plenty of sriracha sauce. And that's the thing. Well, Pete, there may be a shortage in maybe a year or two, but it takes 2 years to make sriracha sauce. You can't make it immediately because the seeds have to age, essentially. That's at least the good stuff. It takes 2 years for that to age. It's not something that can be made immediately. Yeah, you want the one with the rooster on it. I know which one you're talking about. Uh, I carry a specialty blend of the. I don't carry the one with the rooster on it. What I carry is the. I mean, the containers look basically the same. But it's called Badia sriracha sauce. And I got plenty of that. Now, I don't really sell it for that much neither. Uh, but again, thanks for the donation, Pugman. Vegan. What effects does peptides have? The thing about peptides, it causes the body to produce IGF-1. That's what most of the peptides do. Some of them are designed to where it increases your body's natural growth hormone, but peptides for the most part increases IGF-1. IGF-1. Athens, it's an odd situation with Lenny and the massage tan. I don't really understand their relationship per se. So I think it's best to just keep my nose clean of it. If I would honestly just wait until Big Lenny volunteers the information. No, I think that's the best thing. Just wait until he volunteers the information. But one thing is for sure, don't get in between Big Lenny and his tans here. So. Well, Bean Smasher, given Big Lenny's dimensions, because he's a pretty big guy, beggars can't be choosers or anything. I mean, none of us are supermodels or anything like that. You also have to remember, as Kevin Samuels used to say, when it comes to any type of women and men have one thing in common. We want high men generally want high value women, and women want high value men. You know what that means is someone that has a good job or has good money or is an athlete or is a Chad. I'm not sure if you guys know what a Chad is, but that's what I mean by high value men per se. But beggars can't be choosers. Beggars can't be choosers. There, Beam. So sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. And the cigar is finished. So remember, folks, twist, not jab. Athens, I certainly hope Lenny isn't doing drugs. Am I actually Vegan Gaines' cousin? Yep, I'm his third cousin. I mean, if you look at my actual brother, you can tell that we're cousins. Richard looks just like my brother Richard when he was his age. My brother Richard's also vegan as well, so yeah. I have a brother that is a vegan. His name Richard and looks just like him actually when he was in his 30s. Now that's scary, folks. He's my cousin on my dad's side. See, in my family, my brother looks like my dad. I look like my mom, but I got my dad's size genetics there. My brother didn't. And that's the thing about genetics. You get certain parts of one person, then you get certain parts from another person. So it just really depends. But the universe does balance itself out, so. Andy, I've never seen a video like that, but what woman would want him licking their armpits? That's kind of nasty, That's really nasty. I wish you hadn't mentioned that. It's making my Earl Grey tea taste bad. Well, Athens, given the amount of stuff that he's taken, he's definitely going to be in a position where he's going to need TRT, so that's not going to surprise me. But he better not be trying to overdo it just to compete again. Doesn't need to be doing that, that's for sure. Another Kill Me Goddess video. That is possible. His last video where you can hear the audio of him with the goddess, that was legendary. That was some good mints, that's for sure. That was some really good mints. That was some of the most hilarious stuff out there. Just plain hilarious. Let's see who's doing what tonight. Let's see who's on YouTube. Let me log back in. Folks, whenever I tell people that I'm going to do reviews, the one thing I always do is clean out my browser history, Now, I don't have anything funky like Richard does on the browser history, But at the same time, I have things on my browser history that gives links to my administrative sections of my websites. And I don't want people seeing that type of stuff, you know. Just keeping it real and telling it to you like it is. I don't think Vegan Gains is streaming tonight. Maybe he's streaming later or something. But his channel's got to be just as bad as far as getting hit up for money. That's for sure. Yes, she does there, Athens. Like I said, I'm gonna leave that situation alone. But I'm still curious. I've not seen any video of Big Lenny licking women's armpits. Which leads me to the other question: why would he go and lick? I mean, what woman would allow him to actually do something like that? It's not gay veganism. It's kind of frightening. There's nothing wrong with looking at gay porn if you're gay, but the stuff that he was looking at, big BBC, that's not something that would typically find. That's not stuff that you would find on a straight person's browser history. That I can tell you. Well, if you don't want to lift anymore, that's a good sign to where you need to take a break. You should take a week off from any type of lifting or exercise, and you'll probably feel a lot better. It's just your body saying that it's tired. That's all. You're fine. He was asking random. Is there a video of that, Andy? If you guys give me the link to the video where it is, I'll actually put it up here. I would like to see that. I'd like to see what type of trashy women would allow anyone to go lick their armpits. Ooh, boy. All right, folks, we got an hour left. Make sure you get your questions in. You know, like I said before, since I'll be starting back up work pretty soon, you know, the live streams may get a little sketchy on hours. I will still run 2 live streams every week, but I may have some downtime just trying to get trained up if in doing another customer relations job. That's just normal. Not sure if the video is working at the moment. I mean, it'll eventually turn up. You've seen it, KSI? Someone find a link there, you know. We'll definitely review that. Well, if you're at the beach, Athens, those armpits are going to be pretty sweaty. It's hot down there in Florida. Not yet there, Pugman. I got to do the interviews, but that's just standard stuff, you know. Anytime someone calls you back and wants you to do all this stuff, usually you're hired. It took me a month to get hired at Verizon between the time when I applied to the time that I did all the testing and everything. as well as them checking credentials. It took about, I wouldn't say a month. It took about 2 or 3 weeks actually. But you have to understand, if someone's going to pay you like $70,000-$80,000 a year, then they really gotta check your credentials, especially for a consumer relations job. Consumer relations, Greg. But I also have to make a determination as to whether I'll take it or not as well. This is going to really all depend. And then, of course, there's been a lot of fake jobs offers that have been out there to where, and this is a crummy thing to do. They have you write up a particular report as far as to what we can do to improve businesses. So basically, they're getting free work, and then they never call you again. They just ghost you. So essentially, they're putting out job interviews to actually get free work done, essentially. Which is a pretty sleazy thing to do. There's no law against it or anything like that, but a lot of companies are going to face a lot of blowback. I'm just going through the rounds there, Chad. I mean, it was a matter of time, folks. I had to go back to work, I mean, my websites are doing well. I mean, I can pay my bills with it, but, I still need to be saving up for retirement, folks. I'm way down on that spectrum. Plus, the one thing that I don't have working myself is insurance. When you work for a company, the insurance is pretty good, But one thing is for sure, I'm glad I didn't move in order to keep my job, because I would have been laid off on June the 7th, Everyone that I worked around in my department, they're getting laid off June the 7th there. So, yeah. And by the way, Chad, I have a bunch of interviews with different companies. So I gotta decide, Greg, I work for everyone whenever I do my live streams. I work for everybody, But again, I don't consider my live streams as work or anything. I consider it as downtime, No different than me sitting in a bar chatting with other people, Seeing how everyone's doing. I can't if the minute that my live streams start actually becoming work is when it's not going to be a live stream I would want to do at all, Now I'm just being serious with you. I didn't come in doing live streams with the expectation of getting any donations or anything. Like I said, this is my downtime. I enjoy doing live streams, and some people don't believe me when I say that, but I like doing them, because before I did live streams, I would just sit on the couch and just everything. So, yeah. What's a definition of a Chad? Didn't I show you guys this picture before? Hold on a minute. I got to pull it up again. Oh, gosh. Hang tight. We're pulling it up again, folks, in case you guys... All right, hang tight. We're going to do it now. All right, folks. This here is the chart. Slayer, Top 1% of all males, 8-inch face, 6 feet minimum, large, wide, and square jaw, large, robust. That's a slayer. That's top 1%. That's people like Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise and stuff. This here is a Chad. Top 5% of all males. 5'10" minimum. Good frame, athletic, high or low IQ. High test hormonal profile, Then if you scroll down, you have what's called a normie. This is 50% of all males. 4 or 5% deficient in face and frame, leaning towards lankiness if tall, low test hormonal profile, high inhibition, high or low IQ, no major deformities or anything like that. Then, of course, you have your incel, Besides being a point or two uglier than a normie, This is 30% of all males. Lamar, I don't know. It's just a chart that someone showed me one day. This is a pretty old one, too. Deficient frame and face, low tests, and stuff. May have a deformity, maybe neurologically atypical. And then finally we get down to genetic trash. The bottom 14.9% of all males, Repulsive face, poorly constructed frame, defective endocrine system, low IQ, one or more deformities, and stuff like that. So there you have it, folks. Hopefully I don't have to show this again. All right, back to the show. Hopefully that helps. They do have a women's version of it, too. So they have the Stacy and the Becky and the Karen, obviously. But, yeah. Like I said, Lamar, I don't make the charts on this here, so... Thoughts on the, just weird. Vegan Gains is consuming a lot of information on the internet, and it's not very healthy information. I have no clue what's going on in his head, I would hate to see what's going on in his head. Obviously, those nicotine pills are not working. Where would I put Big Lenny? Boy. Where would you put him? I really don't know. Because Lenny is athletic, but he's not exactly a looking type person there, But for me to comment on that as well, it'd be kind of rude too. So, just because you have an answer to something, Bean Smasher, doesn't mean that you need to express it online, As my mom used to say, if you don't got anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. No, veganism. I think he's always been looking at that. It's just the first time he's looked at his browser history, This is why before I show anything on my computer, if I ever show my screen, before any live stream, I always clear my browser history, I don't look at that crazy stuff Richard does, but I have links to my administrative panels for my website, so I don't want to have the chance at someone getting into it. Do y'all want to do the state? Speaking of which, I've never done the Stacy and the Becky, Let's do Stacy and Becky. Doop, 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 doop. What is that doing? All right, let's do Stacy and Becky. All right, so this is, let me get a larger image of this here. This here is a Becky. Feminist, needy, needs to be the dominant one in the relationship. 6.10. Will likely dye hair, which someone obviously can't spell dye. Green will dye their hair green, pink, or blue after attending colleges. Friends are white knights that defend her stupid opinions online. Post provocative pictures because she needs attention. That's a Becky. Then, of course, we have, the Stacy. Hates basic bitches like Becky. Always had attention, enjoys time alone. Lets the Chad dominate her, and we've already seen the image of what a Chad is. That's the top 5%, and stuff. But we've already seen that, if you've been paying attention. Luscious, natural blonde hair, cucks every man every time when a Chad shows up. Stacy's and Chads usually go hand in hand in terms of things. Oh, and finally I need to lower that a little bit. Hold on. Doop. Shows off body online because she knows she can make big money off virgin losers. So that's the difference between a Becky and a Stacy, You guys already know what a Karen is. Hope that helps, folks. It's good to do reviews anymore, so. Now, I used to show this on Facebook, and people used to get really pissed off at me, But, I always thought that stuff was kind of funny, Hopefully that helps, So the question is, do you want a Becky or a Stacy to date? You're an alpha there, Justin? Yeah. Of course, there's a bunch of other ones here. There's I got the manifesto one too, but we're not going to show that because I'll get in trouble on YouTube if I was to do that. But I think we've had enough hilarity. So, folks, we got 40 minutes left. Get your questions in. I'm here to answer them. Because after the 40 minutes, I got a lot more work to do. Brian Shaw is definitely not a Chad, You have to remember, this only applies towards people that are in their 20s or so forth there, Chad. Brian is like in his 40s like me, so, those applications go far out the water in terms of Chads and Slayers and normies and, incels and stuff. Because once you get older, you're going to be just old. Oh, sorry I missed your question. Just saying to look up interracial porn, you put that. Well, I mean, he is in an interracial relationship, but here's the thing, Lamar. Regardless as if he was looking at normal porn or anything like that, that's something that he should know as a YouTuber and someone that does a live stream and shows browsers and stuff, that that's something that you don't want to show people. So I think I've never seen him do that before in all his years. So it also tells me that he's being neglective as far as his duties and he's just making the rounds. But it's just all weird, in other words. It's very weird. She removed her OnlyFans? Well, because she's working at Tim Hortons there, veganism. So that doesn't surprise me one bit, you know. You don't want to be working a regular job and then someone finds your OnlyFans page and sees a picture of your hairy pussy or anything like that, you know, or your small tits. Nobody wants to see that. You know, I mean, how would you like it if you went out and poured some coffee from someone and someone went and said, hey, I saw your OnlyFans. When you gonna get some bigger tits? Richard can't beat up Hetty Hall. He can't beat up anyone. Yep, fresh warm buns. Nothing fresh about that, you know, that's for sure. I'm actually glad that Jasmine took it down, you know. I'm sure Richard got mad at it, but it makes good sense that she's... I like the fact that she started working a regular job, actually, you know. That's what Richard needs to do. He needs to be more interactive with people. Yeah. Matt, you're right on the money. It's like I said, it's because she's working. Well, the downside of a Stacy is a Stacy doesn't last too long because once she loses her looks, she's nobody. A Becky has a lot more longevity than a Stacy. Because if you ever notice, a lot of athletes that played in high school, you know, when they get older, they get very fat, you know, and they have these man caves and stuff, you know. That's why the applications that I showed you just completely fall out the window. Lamar, Richard wouldn't even get past the first fight. If he actually ever fights some actual MMA fighter, he would never fight again. That long hospital stay would wake him up. It's not cool to go around and challenge people to fights and everything like that. Fighting doesn't solve anything. And I've said this before, folks. Getting hit in the face hurts. You know? It really hurts. He can't compare hitting his head on the ceiling as to actually getting hit in the face and getting your nose broken and stuff, you know? If he really wants to fight, he can go get a security job at a club, you know? And a couple fist hits his face there, he'll lose all that bloodlust for wanting to fight, you know. That's just his anger issues and his suicidal tendencies that's talking, Lamar. He needs help. And the peptides are definitely not going to help him. I don't think they would pay much there, Lamar. They really wouldn't. Now, if he went and fought Logan Paul, that would be funny, you know. But no one's gonna pay him, and I don't think he would be able to get a boxing license at all, you know. And look, I mean, and not only that, he's always pulling a muscle and breaking an arm and an ankle, you know, and stuff, and pulling things. I mean, he hurt himself sneezing. I mean, he literally hurt himself while sneezing. You know, what does that tell you? Well, he's had a job before veganism. He's had a job before. He worked as a personal trainer at a gym. I'm sure he can pull the crazy back in order to get a job if he wanted to. I think it would actually help his psyche, you know, being more interactive with people. That's going to be in the air, James. I don't think it's going to be long term, to be honest with you. I mean, you can hear them arguing in the back, you know, and Jasmine going and getting a job and everything like that. When someone goes and gets a job, you know, obviously that's for money, but that's also to get a little bit of independence as well, you know. So that should tell you something. I mean, he gets on my nerves, but, you know, he's still family. I want the best for Richard, you know. I don't want him falling in an abyss. That's why I got on his case for taking the peptides, because I know it's going to really screw him up. No, I wouldn't hire him, Lamar, you know. At least until he gets some help there, you know. He needs to get help first. Hey, Antonio, what's up? I don't think he'll transition or get to the point where he's transitioning. I also think if he did do that, I think that's the one thing that he wouldn't tell other people about there, Antonio. It's more than that, Tom. It's a lot more than that. That the house cluttering is one thing. I've seen long-term relationships with people who've had their houses like hoarder houses, literally. I think the fact is that they just I think they've just outgrown each other, you know. That's the same thing that happened in my relationship. They're actually moving in different directions, you know. Where do short kings fall in, like a high caliber one? Mencius 3. It's going to depend on the looks. If he looks alright, he would fall in as a... He would still... Even... I saw the size and height minimum. He could fall in as a Chad or a Normie. It really depends on the look itself there, Chad. It's ran its course a couple of times. There's that, I wonder if I could show that up here. Give me just a minute. You know, now that I got good internet, you know, I can actually do reviews and stuff, so... Hold on,
I cried a lot. It hurt.
There we go. Hold on a minute, folks. Hold on to your button. Da, 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 da. All right. This is the original breakup video.
Okay, so this isn't a video that I thought I'd ever have to make, but yeah, Jasmine broke up with me about 3 or 4 days ago. That's why my upload schedule is being kind of weird. I took like 2 days off because I had to clear my mind of fuck before I could make a video. But yeah, I guess I'll just go off the cuff and tell you what the fuck happened. Just out of nowhere, it came as a surprise to me anyway, that she just said we should break up and she can't be with me, and she said that I'm not spiritual enough, which is weird for a few fucking reasons. For one thing, it just seemed...
Veganism, I always clear out my browser history, so you won't be able to see anything. I do that before any live stream, and I do it like once or twice. I do it a bunch of times a week, so...
Incredibly uncharacteristic of her to be so judgmental in that kind of way that just because my beliefs don't align perfectly with hers, that she's just throwing me away. And I'm also open to spirituality. I mean, I meditate. I've astral projected in a few times. Once when I was on mushrooms, and yeah, I've had crazy out-of-body experiences on psychedelic mushrooms, and I thought that was a good, profound experience that really opened my mind up to new things. So saying that like I'm not spiritual enough just seemed fucking bizarre. And just the way she brought this up too, she said this shit to me when she was out doing errands over Facebook. Like, just the other day, she was saying that, oh, I love you so much, you're my world, I can't wait for you to be here, and then next day, like, boom, yeah, you're not spiritual enough, we should break up, yeah, sorry, my phone is, like, kind of acting weird, I'm, like, out doing errands, like, what the fuck? Like, we were about to get married, and then you fucking tell me this shit when you're out doing errands on your fucking cell phone over Facebook. Like, she didn't even have the common courtesy to just wait until she got home and, like, talked over Skype or Discord or something where we could actually speak to each other and, you know, talk this out. So, I don't know what the fuck was going on there. What else did she say? Oh, yeah, she also brought up how I'm skeptical. Like, apparently being skeptical and being a critical thinker and demanding evidence to believe in something, that's an undesirable trait. I just didn't get that, and it just seemed so weird and uncharacteristic of her. What it seems like is she got cold feet out all of a sudden, and, you know, I think she's fucking a 21-year-old girl. She doesn't know what the fuck she wants. She freaked out, and she seems pretty insecure as well. A week beforehand, she was saying something along the lines of not feeling like she was good enough for me. So I think that had something to do with it. You know, I still love her and I have feelings for her, but, you know, the thing is, even if she did apologize for this and she did want to continue the relationship, like, she's just not mature enough. She doesn't seem committed enough to the relationship to really pursue this seriously. Like, it would take a lot of money, time, and effort going to Belgium, working things out with her. And, you know, I was ready to do this whole process with her, getting married, you know, spending like 3 months with her, and then trying to get her back to Canada, because I really fucking loved her and I was super committed to the relationship, but she's obviously not on that same level I am. So even if she did have cold feet and she freaked out and she, you know, just admitted this and, you know, she wanted to pick up the relationship again, it just wouldn't be worth pursuing, at least not now. Like, I'd have to wait, like, at least a few years for her to mature a bit and just get her fucking mind straight. And another weird thing she said was, she told me I'd hold her back in her spiritual pursuits. I don't know what the fuck she means by that.
This was a very long time ago. I would say this is about 6 years ago. There's a point, the reason why I'm playing this video, I'm going to make the point once it ends, but there's a specific reason why I'm showing this. So I don't want to ever put out Richard's business like this, but you'll see my point once I get finished with it.
A few months ago, she said she wanted to practice shamanism and follow a spiritual path, and I said, okay, that's great. Like, I just wanted to support her because I fucking love her. I'm not like, I would call myself a spiritual person for a few reasons, but, you know, like I said, I've meditated, I've done astral projection, I've done psychedelic mushrooms. There are profound experiences that you can have, like out-of-body experiences, and even if they aren't necessarily real or actually happening, it doesn't mean that experience is meaningless. So, you know what, like, I just said, sure, that's great, baby, like, I think you should do that if that's what you really want. And then she's telling me that I'd hold her back. This just doesn't make any sense. I'm super fucking confused, and, yeah, I'll admit, like, I cried a lot. It hurt worse than when my fucking dog died, but you know what, like, I feel better about things now that I've had 2 or 3 days to think about it, but it's still really fucking confusing me, and none of it makes any fucking sense no matter what way I try and think about things and rationalize it. But it's all in the fucking past. Yeah, whatever. Whether I'm with her or not, life goes on, and so what this means is I won't be going out to Belgium or Europe anytime in the near future. I will be going to Thailand this summer for the Thai Fruit Fest, and I'll see Harley and Freely there. So anyone who's planning on going out there in June, then I'll be seeing you there, and we can train, shoot videos, and all that. I love meeting people who watch my videos and helping other people out and shit with their channels. So that'll be cool. Also, I was holding off on doing martial arts because I was planning on going out to Belgium very soon, and it didn't make sense for me to, go to some martial arts classes now, only be able to do it for 2 or 3 weeks, and then go to Belgium, and then... So now I'm going to be doing that very, very soon. The reason I'm not doing it right now is because I banged my knee pretty hard against a metal door frame. It happened when I was going out to Hogtown Vegan with the Light Twins. It's a lot better now. I am able to do deadlifts and lunges now, but the next day it got really swollen and it was super stiff, so it still has some healing to do. So in about a week or two, I'll start doing Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu, so that'll be great. And now I just have more free time. I can just focus on training, making videos, and doing martial arts, and just focus on that shit. And plus I have more free time. I can play more video games and shit. Jasmine did take up a lot of my time, even though we weren't together. It was an online relationship. I'd spend hours with her talking, early in the fucking morning, and I'd lose sleep because she was feeling bad, and she was telling me she was having problems with her work, with her family, and I just talked to her for hours just to try and make her feel better. And, that's another reason why I'm just so hurt by this. I just spent so much fucking time and effort just trying to make her happy, and then she just throws me away because I'm not spiritual enough. But, yeah, whatever. I'm not too bitter about things right now. I get that she's 21-year-old girl, she doesn't know what the fuck she wants and shit, and she got scared, I guess, but yeah, best of luck to her, whatever the hell she chooses to do. Hope she continues doing veganism, hopefully she keeps doing activism, and keeps going on with her YouTube channel, but things didn't work out, and that just happens between people, whatever. I can't really hold too much of a grudge there. But, yeah, things are just going to continue, and I'm going to be doing martial arts soon. I'm just going to be pounding the fucking videos, training my ass off, and Thailand soon. So that's the bright side of things. Plus, I'm single now, so whatever. More opportunities out there for me, and, yeah, I guess keep making those vegan gains and breakup gains, I guess.
All right, folks, So there's a reason why I actually showed this particular video here, and let's get back to the show. Oh, come on. That's what you get for doing things on the fly, that's for sure. Alright, so the reason why I showed that video, folks, is I want you guys to understand that Jasmine is capable of breaking up with Richard, Like I said, she's done it before. So when you guys ask whether, I know you guys I know someone wanted me to show the video for quite some time. That's perfectly fine. I don't like putting out people's business because there's a reason Richard deleted that, obviously. It's kind of surprising so many years has changed. He's no longer friends with any of these people. He's not taking up any martial arts. And obviously Jasmine married him, It's not my job to determine the reason or so forth, but I just showed the video just to let you know Jasmine is capable of calling the relationship quits here, She's fully capable of doing that. So I wish the best for both of them, to be honest with you. That's another reason why I say Richard needs to get things cleaned up there, because I can't, it's going to be hard for any other woman to be with him there, that's put up with as much stuff as Jasmine has to put up with, Wouldn't you guys agree with me? There's few people that in this world that has enough constitution to put up with Richard, with his suicidal tendencies, and stuff. Really. But that's the reason why I put that video out. I just want to let you guys know she is capable of breaking up with Richard and has done it before, But, folks, we got about 20 minutes left, so get your questions in. I don't know enough, Losey, in order to make a determination, as far as to whether Jasmine is an angel or not. She seems to keep him under control. But yes, at that time, Richard was making thousands of dollars here. He was making a lot of money each month, maybe 20, I would say 20,000 a month. That's when YouTube was really paying for views and stuff like that. That's the golden age of YouTube, I mean, even with my low count, whenever I started getting monetized, I was making about $300 a month on monetization. Easy. And I didn't really do much of anything, other than produce the same amount of videos. My view count is about the same, but now I got like $26 where I was getting $200 a month. So, and I have more content out each and every week, especially with live streams. So, this is just the example of just how things have gone since then, YouTube's keeping more money than we are, and we're just losing out. That's why people are going to TikTok, They're going to keep doing it, and YouTube is going to be chopped up to pieces. But yeah, he was making a lot of money there, so that it could have been factored in, but, she's a woman, Man's supposed to take care of things in the household anyway, so they're supposed to be the breadwinner. Man's supposed to be the breadwinner. Just keeping the real thought to you like it is. Joey is 34 years old. I would doubt that either one of those two would get together. They don't seem like a good combination. Antonia, I've said this before. The problem isn't his diet per se, as far as his personality. The problem is not only the sweets, he's just got to get his mentality correctly, Jasmine was correct. He's not spiritual enough there, He doesn't believe in God or anything, so something must have changed there. Veganism is no, it isn't. Chad, that was a very old video. That was like 2016, so that's about a 7-year-old video. Hey Andrew, how you doing there today? That's pretty mean to say, Quick Pump on a Dumbo. Darren, there's always someone out there for somebody. No matter what, there's always that one person that's out there that'll match everything. Yeah, Pugman, it is game over for YouTube. The only thing that's available right now is affiliate sales and donations. Not donations through YouTube, just regular Streamlabs stuff, Because like I said, now that my internet's right, I'm putting things in place to where I'll probably get a Twitch account and I'll start gaming as well. So a lot of things are coming up. But again, thanks for like I said, because you donated, you've always taken good care of me, Pugman. I'm going to be able to, definitely put more content out. Well, Antonio, they eat together. They live together. So if one gains weight, the other one's going to gain weight because they're eating the same foods, Oh, so he is streaming tonight. Didn't get the new job offer I was wanting, but Well, you got to keep pounding the pavement there, Andrew. That's how it works. Just keep pounding the pavement, you're going to be just fine. Oh, new place to live. Here's what you need to do, Andrew. Go to a real estate agent or so forth, or a mortgage company, and just have them find an apartment for you. Just tell them how much you want. Security management. Now they'll get you'll have to pay them a little commission, but they'll definitely find you a place at your price because they have a commission incentive to actually do it. So if all else fails, just go one of those rental agencies. That's how I got my apartment like 20 some years ago whenever I was in Asheville and I needed a quick apartment. That was the one on 57 East Chestnut Street. And I got that studio apartment. That was through a real estate agency. You never got back to me on the video I put out. I got you subscribed, Lamar. I've seen all of your gaming channels, so if you need to send me something specifically, just send it to my email address, Lamar. I always check out your videos here. I may not always have time to check out all of the entirety of it, but I try to do the best I can, Lamar. But just tag me. I mean, just send an email to me as far as to where the video is, and I got you covered there, Lamar. Andrew, I'm probably going to be moving, so. And I really don't have the space to do so. Nard helped you. Yeah, I had a roommate named Nard. I didn't know I talked about Nard before. That's the only roommate that I ever had. We only roomed for about a year, and he destroyed the place, and I got left holding the bag because I was the guarantor. I was the only one that had the credit history. Plus, he wrote some bad checks there. He stole my checkbook and wrote a bunch of bad checks. He's a albino piece of crap, you know. I hope he dies in a barn fire, to be honest with you. Or gets in a bad car accident. You know, one thing I hate is thieves there, Pugman. But I never remember talking about... I may have talked about him before, so... Oh, Nard. I would rent it or sell it, Antonio. Well, this is something in the near future, Andrew. It's not going to be immediate. I got to find the right house. No, I'm not moving into another mobile home. This will be a foundational home there, Lulzy. I only moved into this home in order to get away from the high rent in Greenville. You know, rent prices are outrageous in Greenville. They're like $1,500 a month and stuff like that. It's crazy. He was my best friend, Nard, Pugman, but definitely no longer. I've not seen him in over 20 years. And I hope I never run into him again, neither. But he was a complete scumbag. And his girlfriend was very fat, too. I mean, she weighed like almost 400 pounds. I'm not joking. She was about 300 or 400 pounds. She was big. Now, I'm not talking thick. I'm talking about blubbery thick. She was like 400 pounds. I kid you not. I mean, heck. She probably ate whole turkeys like drumsticks. Nah, she ate turkeys like Pop Rocks. I gotta get back to work, Andrew. I gotta train a person on running the website there, so. Not really, per se. Depends on what type of mortgage I actually get. They're more expensive to maintain. No, I've never dated anyone that size. I don't date fat people, you know. I've dated people my size and everything like that, but when someone's like 300 or 400 pounds, they're clearly not taking care of themselves, Andrew. Now, if they're like 6'5" and 300 pounds, that's one thing. But if you're like 5'10", you're 300 pounds, you're gonna either be a big Rami, or you're just gonna be a fat fuck, you know. Just keeping it real and telling it to you like it is, folks. I mean, I'm going to be staying. I mean, there's going to be some additional live streams because, you know, I got to make the best use possible of the router itself because it is quite kind of expensive still to run and maintain. It's actually similar to what I used at Verizon for working at home, actually. In fact, I can probably use it to work at home again. Well, Richard can call me what he wants, but he needs to remember he has my genes running through him, so he's going to end up just the same as me, if not worse. So I would definitely not date Nicolato Avocado. But since we got 10 minutes left, I may as well do the Soul Poll. No, that's an air purifier to clear out the air. I decided to buy an extra one because since I smoke in here and it clears out the air better. I don't want everything flowing around at night. It work. It's the same thing I keep in my bedroom. It works very well. KCB, I don't want a house to where someone committed a triple murder in it. Have you ever been on a date where you went... Oh, plenty of times. I love bowling. They got a huge bowling alley on Congaree Road here in Greenville. But folks, we got about 5 minutes left. Get your questions in. If you want to put something in the collection plate, you certainly can. Gonna get a little bit of music going. Well, the good thing is, since I already own a home, Darren, you know, I can make a choice as far as to what I'm going to get, you know. And I definitely won't get a home until I actually start working and having all the benefits and stuff. Although during the, like I said before... During the first time, it's going to be a little wonky on the schedule, possibly. Either that or I may be able to maintain the same schedule, but I'll make sure I keep a consistent live streams each and every week. I would definitely not live at Frank's place. Too expensive. I'm looking between 150 and 250,000, Lulzy. I think that's on the lower end of things. I think I'll feel more comfortable with it. 150 if it's a fixer-up, up to 250 if it's already done. But I want to make sure it's going to be a home to where I know it's going to go up in value over time. And it's going to require the least minimum maintenance as possible. Glow sticks went out in the 90s. I'm not bringing any glow sticks. Ah, thank you. I have no aspirations in doing real estate, Lamar. I did start a home mortgage site. I mean, mortgage loans would be something I would probably do, and I've done before. I did work for a short time as a mortgage originator. But other than that, you know, no real estate. Why did Rafael... Quick pump, when an athlete actually drops a nutritionist, it means that they feel that they would do better with someone else here. Because at the end of the day, bodybuilders, they spend a lot of money competing. And any little thing that would say that any little action or so forth, or any poor placing or placing that they don't want, would lead someone to change nutritionists. But that's just normal. But Chris Aceto's been training people for 30-some years. I mean, but you have athletes that drop each other nutritionists and go to another person, then come back to them. That's the same thing that's happened to Hani, George Farah, Dave Palumbo. Anyone that's trained before is going to be in a position to where their clients are going to drop them. So it just happens. Well, see, it was a solution for me at the time. If I had to make the decision again, I probably would have bought a regular house, but I needed something super quick, you know. If I had extra time, I would have done something. Now, Vegan Gains Hates Vince is tipped $5. If you're wanting to know why that wasn't spoken up there, it's because he said some pretty mean stuff. So let me read it. Why are you so mean to me? Go overdose on some nicotine pills and quit talking about my greasy green dick in your mouth. Well, thanks again for the donation there. Streamlabs has an option to where you can, where it'll exit out any stuff like that. So no TTS. Nope. No TTS. What does Google give me from the... I'm not sure what you're talking about, KCB. You'll have to be more specific. Oh, you mean YouTube? Whenever someone donates through YouTube, if someone donates $5, I only get maybe $1.50 or so. YouTube takes a lot of revenue. That's why I keep the Streamlabs donations up on point. How much would I rent for? Rent's about $1,500 a month, so I could rent this place for $1,000 easy, and people would be running all over it. But I'll figure out what to do with the place. It's not going to be that important. I can either sell it or, you know, I can do whatever I want with it, you know. Yep, Stacy is a con artist. Which Stacy there, Justin? But Lamar, when it comes to renting out anything, you have to charge enough to where, you know, you have to have the expectation as well to where someone's going to destroy the place. Because some people don't take care of stuff. Andrew with a $3 donation. I don't have the room, my friend. I don't. No problem. Well, folks, it is 10 o'clock p.m. This is the end of Earl Grey Tuesday. Make sure you smash that like button. Let YouTube know that y'all love me. Well, you adore me. Don't say love. Love is for cookie cutters. I want to thank Vince. I want to thank Pugman. I want to thank Andrew. I want to thank Jolting. I want to thank this Vegan Gains Hates Vince. I want to thank everyone for donating. I want to thank everyone else for joining me tonight. Be sure to tune in at 10 o'clock p.m. on Friday for the midnight run. I may have another live stream tomorrow or the next day. You just never know, so keep your peepers out. But again, as always, peace